Hello and welcome to BQ Prime. You're joining us on this special broadcast where we're discussing the quarterly results announced by Punjab National Bank, and we have with us Mr. A.K. Goel, the MD and CEO of the bank. Mr. Goel, welcome to this conversation. Firstly, I want to talk about this 300% growth in net profit. Where is this coming from? Because as long as the asset quality side is concerned, things are looking pretty good. Even on provisions, you have not really reduced that much. But where is this profit coming from, sir?
Thank you very much, Mr. Naji. The profit has come from all the activity. If you see the profit is coming from the operating profit is coming from the net interest income. If you see the net interest income, it is the 9,500 crore plus. And I'm happy to share you this is the highest quarterly NII in the last 12 quarter of the bank. And there is a all-round growth. If you see the credit growth also, there is a credit growth more than 14%. Interest income has increased. As far as the provision is concerned, you are very much right. Although credit cost was not reduced because last time I have given the guidance for the 1.5 to 1.75. So credit cost I am again giving the guidance, it will remain for the entire year 1.5 to 1.75 because this quarter the PCR we have to improve the around 90%. We have given the guidance that 90% should be the provision coverage, so which is in the PR. So this is the only on account of that. Otherwise, each and every parameter, which is the other income also, that is also increasing, and as I just told you, increasing. So it is a all mix of all the working in the bank also.
Right. I want to get some sense from you on the asset quality front. What is because you've reduced your gross NPA by about 100 basis points on a sequential basis. I want to know what the rest of the financial year is going to look like by March of 2024. What are you expecting on the gross and net NPA side?
Yeah, you are very much right. It was 8.74% in the March 2023, which has reduced to the 7.72. So there is a reduction of more than 100 basis point. Last time we have given the guidance key our gross NPA will be by 7% by the end of the March 24 because we have already reached 7.72. So we are revising our guidance. Now our gross NPA will be the less than 6.5% by the March 24. Similarly for the net NPA also. Net NPA we have given the guidelines it was 2.72 in the March 23 and it will be less than 7%, less than 2% in the March 24. Since we have already achieved 1.98%, so now we are revising our guidelines. Our net NPA will be less than 1% in the March 24. Why? Because there is a lot of things. So underwriting standard. We have improved the underwriting standard, we have improved the collection efficiency. And one more thing I would like to tell Viswanathan, usually last whole of the year, the recovery was much more than the slippage, which was not the case in the 21, 22 or earlier year also. All the fourth quarter, the recovery was much more than the addition in the first quarter itself. Now target is recovery should be the double. Recovery should be the double than the addition. So if you see my recovery is around 5,400 plus, and if you see the addition, it is 2,300 plus only. So we have already achieved the whole of the year. We have set a target of 22,000 crore rupees. So if you divide 22,000 by the 4 to 5,500, we are at track.
Right.
And PCR also 90%. Already we have around 90% we have covered.
Understood. I want to also talk to you about the credit growth side of the story. Now, retail has grown about 16%. That's what you have disclosed to the exchanges. Overall credit growth, you said 14 odd percent. For the year now, what is the situation looking like, and where do you see this growth coming from?
As far as growth is concerned, if you see the YOY growth is more than 14%, 14.58%. And we have given the target, our growth will be 11 to 12% last time also. So we are maintaining that. We are not increasing the 11 to 12%. Our focus area is the RAM. RAM is our focus area, that is the retail, agriculture and the MSME. As on date, our RAM sector is around 54%. If you see my breakup also, there is an increase of around 40% in the retail increase YOY. There is a more than 9% in the agriculture. The MSME, there is a more than 5%. So we are giving more thrust because that is one of the priority area for us, MSME. So we are trying to target the MSME also. And the other way, apart from the RAM, if you see that the corporate also, the corporate who are having giving the working capital. Now they have started utilizing. Now there is a demand from the road sector also. A lot of infra project is coming. So demand is also coming from the some of the cement industry also, some of the steel industry. So it will be all round. Even the NBFC also. NBFC, if you see, Vishwanath, 1,30,000. 1,30,000 is our exposure, and out of this 98.5% is A and above rated externally. And even if I take A only, A is only 2,300 plus. So you see the assets quality which we are doing.
Right. Right. I wanted to understand from you on the corporate cycle as well, because most banks are seeing that improvement on the corporate side. They are reporting their growth numbers. I'm curious to understand how PNB is going to tackle this, because you said RAM is your focus, and corporate in the past has not been that great as an experience for the banks. So, what is your approach when you're going after corporates? Is it still large project finance, or are you happy with the working capital demand that's there?
We are on the both side. If a corporate is coming for taking the project financing also, so we are very established mechanism in the bank also, because we are the one of the largest bank of the country. So we are getting the requirement for the term loan, we are getting the requirement for the working capital also. One more thing I will tell you, after this NCLT, even corporate has become very risk averse. Because they have never thought the company can go out of their hand also. So only the companies which they are thinking something happened wrong to the company should remain in their hand. So they are not taking the much amount. They are investing by way of the equity also, the pure equity also. So there is not a issue as of yet, because even I will give you one of the more data. Because when you are talking about the corporate on the RAM, so we are very choosy about the corporate also, and even for the RAM also, and we have taken a lot of stuff for the underwriting. We are monitoring every month.
Okay.
What is the new underwriting is behaving. So I will give one data from the 1st of the July 20 to 31st March 30th June 2023. It is a data of around 3 years. So if you see that data, around 6.16 lakh crore we have sanctioned in last 3 years, and out of which the disbursed amount is 5.63 lakh crore, and the outstanding as on date is 4.40 lakh crore. So in this new underwriting of the last 3 years, this NPA is only 1,259, which is coming 0.22, and I can give you the breakup of the segment wise. The agriculture segment it is only hardly 20, even in the MSME 1.56 and retail 0.18, and when we are doing the corporate also, other means corporate, it is 0.01%.
Okay. Okay, so no fresh slippages or any concerning asset quality issues as far as corporate is concerned. Okay, so since we've talked about asset quality and corporates, I want to ask you about the NARCL situation. This year, are you in FY24? Are you planning to sell some assets to that entity?
Yeah, definitely. I will give you the position of our bank as on date. Around 35 account is under discussion for an amount of rupees 12,546.
Okay.
The breakup of this 35 account is, out of which one account already redeemed resolved, where the outstanding was 447 crore rupees. The another two account is under the final stage, where the transfer of the money has to come. This amount is around 307 crore rupees. 9 account is under the various stage of the final stage, 2,225, and the 23 account of the 9,567 crore rupees, where bid has to be received from the NIRCL. So this is the status of the NIRCL.
Fair enough, sir. I also want to tap on the deposit side of the story. If you can tell us a little bit about what the market is looking like, because there is a lot of competition for retail deposits at this stage. How is Punjab National Bank dealing with it, and what is your strategy to tap more retail liabilities?
As far as retail liability is concerned, this is the USP of the Punjab National Bank, because we are having 16 crore customer. 16 crore customer. So last year also we are giving the more focus on the CASA rather than on the term deposit, because the CASA is the product of the customer service, whereas term deposit is the product of the rate of interest. If I will offer some of the 5 or 10 basis point, whatever the deposit I want, I can raise from the one, that is not an issue. But last year we have opened more than 80 lakh account. 80 lakh saving bank account, and we have opened around 2 lakh account of the current account. If you see the data of the current quarter also, around 22 lakh account we have opened in the first quarter saving bank, and around 72,000 we have opened the account of the current account. So money will come in this account also. So there is not a challenge as far as deposit is concerned. We have given the guidance for the deposit 10 to 11%, but we have ended with the more than 14%. So still we are not revising the guidance because 10 to 12%. Even I am having the excess SLR more than 5 to 6% of the total NTDL, so there is not a issue at all. So at appropriate time, because we are not very aggressive to give the rate also. Definitely, whatever there is a competition. The competition is always there. A healthy competition is always good, but we are not very aggressive for giving the rate because we don't require too much of the deposit for financial growth.
Correct. Uh, in terms of the finance minister's recent comments, in the parliament, what she pointed out was that she had noticed instances of very harsh recovery methods being employed by the banking system, and that she has advised all bankers to be more careful in terms of how you're recovering money from borrowers. Now, my sympathies are not for the corporates, but for the retail side of the story. I wanted to understand, have you made any changes, or were there any changes actually necessary from PNB side to fix that side of the story?
देखिए, we are a public sector bank. Our amount is stuck in the NB account. So we are making the whatever the available resources available, whether it is OTS, whether it is a NCLT, whether it is a 13.2, whether it is a 13.4, whether we have to issue the recovery for the smaller some of the statement. Recovery certificate is also effective. So whatever best we are in a position to, we are using that, but not in very harsh manner. Not in the harsh manner that there should be any convenience to the customer. So we are making contact again to the customer, and for the recovery, if they are making the promise you have to come after 7 days, so we are going after 7 days, 10 days, so recovery is coming. So as far as all the tools which is available for the recovery, either the lok adalat, etc., we are using all the available recourse available for the recovery, but we are not taking any unnecessary harsh action, so we should come into the criticism.
Okay. Last two questions I wanted to ask you. First, on the current business environment, what are you seeing as potential for growth, as well as some challenges that it may pose later on? If you can point out two things that you're watching out for.
Growth is considered, as I told you, growth on the both sides. The growth may, I think we are, because we are the one of the largest bank of the country.
Correct.
Last year we have given, in the last con call also, we have given with you also, we will be 11 to 12% in the credit growth. We have set a target also, but against that our actual was more than 14% also. So I think there is no issue. If you remain aligned with the customer, what is their requirement, whether it is for the small customer, whether it is a retail customer or the agri customer or the MSME, the corporate also, business is available. Business is whatever you want to do. So this is the reason the 11 to 12% growth. I think I think you are talking about what is the geopolitical situation or the overseas country also. So India, I think India there is no issue as on date. I think so 11 to 12% the growth we have targeted, it is easily achievable, and we have seen in the first quarter itself.
And challenges that you're looking out for? Any challenges that come to your mind?
Challenges, if you ask me, challenges, 2-3 challenges we are not from the credit growth also. One is the interest rate risk, because as on date our 85% books already on the floating rate of interest. When the interest is starting increasing, so the book which was linked with the repo immediately reprice. Although as on date the entire deposit rate is not repriced, so there is a NIM to be impacted. And the another challenge is the not from the growth side and the cyber security risk, because the digital is the future of the banking industry. So we have last year we have taken around 50 product of the service we have launched, for which we are getting the yield also. But definitely there is a challenge for the cyber security also. So our CISO is also very good, but challenge is the cyber security and the interest rate I am perceiving as on date.
Okay, fair enough, sir. Lastly, I want to ask you if you're planning any kind of divestment of your non-core assets, anything that you're foreseeing in FY24.
As far as my investment in my subsidiary or the joint venture is concerned, we are having so many subsidiary joint venture in which as on date we don't have any plan also. Earlier, we were thinking to offload some stake in the Canada HSBC on account of the regulatory guidelines, but now IRDA has changed the guidelines. Now we can keep up to 25%. So we have changed our stand now because our holding is 23%. So we are in the investment category. Even for the PNB housing finance also. So we have got the approval of the regulator because we have to bring down our holding less than 30%. It was more than 30%. So after subscribing the right to the extent of the 500 crore rupees, which we have got the approval, so our stake has come only 28.15%. So there is also no challenges. So we want to remain in the promoter category. So there is no plan as on date also to monetize any assets as far as JV is concerned. But on account of the merger, we have got some of the assets or property which we are not in a position to use immediately also. So when we are small, we are selling in each and every quarter.
Understood, sir. Thank you so much, Mr. Goel, for joining us on this conversation.
Thank you very much, Mr. Thank you.